Hi guys, a couple of weeks ago I went to see a musical called Starlight Express. It's pretty famous, most people have heard of it. I went to see it on tour because it's on tour at the moment. I saw it in Liverpool Empire Theatre in Liverpool, obviously. Now, as most people know, I don't live in Liverpool, I live in London. The Empire Theatre in Liverpool is not my local theatre. I'd never actually been there before, so it was actually quite interesting to go there and see the theatre for the first time. And it's a really nice theatre, I really liked. It's always nice seeing, new theatres and stuff. But yeah, now I was pretty excited to see the show because it's got quite a big loyal following, quite a big support, fan base or whatever. A lot of the theatre goers that I know are massive fans of this show. I suppose you could say that in a way it's got a bit of a cult following. It's quite a popular show amongst theatre fans. I'd never seen it before, so I was looking forward to seeing the show, for the first time. Also, the show's actually opened first in 1984, I think, at the Apollo Victoria Theatre in London, which is where Wicked is at the moment. So that itself made me more excited to see it, because obviously, I love the theatre, I love Wicked, and I was interested to see what show was in that theatre years before Wicked was in that theatre. So yeah, that was also another appeal for me. Now, before I go into any detail, I'm just going to put it out there. I didn't really enjoy the show at all, really. It was fun, and there were some good moments, but it just wasn't my thing at all. I'm going to explain why in a second. First of all, the plot is so simple and ridiculous that it's pretty much non-existent. The story is focused on trains competing, trying to find out, who's the fastest train, whatever. And all the actors on stage pretty much each kind of play a different train. They're acting as if they're trains on stage, which is weird. I mean, it's cool, but it's really weird. Yeah, there was pretty much no point to the story. It was just so empty, so pointless and with no substance whatsoever. It was just, there was no plot to it. And for me, the story of a show is usually very important. If I'm going to enjoy a show, it needs to have a plot that kind of is able to intrigue me and keep me excited throughout the show, and this show just had nothing, no element of excitement, for me anyway. I mean, okay, the costumes looked amazing, the set was cool. I mean, there wasn't much of it, but what was on stage was cool. Also, the actors on stage, they're all rollerblading. That's one of the main reasons that this show is really popular, I think, because it's, I think, the only show, as far as I know, in which all the actors are on rollerblades throughout the whole show, which is really cool. I mean, that's one thing I did enjoy. But the thing is, the novelty of that wears off after about 10 minutes. I mean, at first when they come on stage, you're like, oh my god, that's so cool, wow, how are they doing this? Like, that's so awesome. But then after 10 minutes, you're like, that's it. I mean, I don't really care about it anymore. It doesn't even feel exciting that they're on rollerblades. It just feels like any other show, and you don't even pay attention to it anymore. You don't pay attention to the fact that they're on rollerblades and skating, and it's not as exciting anymore. It's only exciting for a few seconds, for a few minutes at the most. Don't get me wrong, they still did some great choreography throughout the show, and some of the stuff they did with those skates was just phenomenally brilliant. I was looking at them and thinking, oh my god, how are you doing this? You're brilliant. But it still wasn't enough to keep me interested and to make me love the show. When we got to the theatre, we were each given 3D glasses, so every single member of the audience has to have 3D glasses with them for the show. And at first I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I mean, am I in a cinema? Am I watching a 3D film or what? But, I thought, okay, maybe this is quite creative, maybe they're doing something with the show or whatever. And basically the 3D glasses were for some of the short sequences in the show where the trains were racing and they couldn't show it in real life for some reason, so they had it filmed instead, and you just had to put your 3D glasses on and watch it as if it's happening all live in front of you, which was just hilarious to me. I'm so sorry, I didn't find it exciting at all. I'm sure the kids loved it though, which is my other point. I think this show is more focused on kids. I think if you've got kids under the age of 10, maybe even younger, then yes, you'll probably enjoy it, because kids love that sort of thing, don't they? I mean, they love just excitement and awesome costumes and 3D glasses and films and action and stuff like that. They love it. So maybe I just wasn't the main target audience for the show. I don't know. There was one bit which it was in Act 2, I think, And obviously before you put your glasses on, there was like an announcement saying, you have to put your glasses on now, there's going to be a race soon. And so we all put our glasses on, and literally like 5 seconds later they were like, oh no, the race has been cancelled, take your glasses off please, immediately. And I was like, what is the point of this? Like, seriously. I actually started laughing because I thought, what did that just add to the show? Nothing. It was just ridiculous. Again, if you're a kid, then you might have found it interesting and exciting, like, oh my god, the race has been cancelled, oh no, this is so sad. But it was just, for me, it was just a pointless action of putting my glasses on and taking them off, like 5 seconds later, and I just didn't get the point of it. The music was one thing that I was hoping would actually like interest me and make me love the show, and there was some really good songs in it, I'm not gonna lie. Some of the songs were very catchy, very nice. Most of the songs have a bit of a disco feel to them, not my usual kind of style of music. I don't usually like that kind of stuff, but the music was good. But I'm going to be honest, I expected a lot more from Andrew Lloyd Webber. Andrew Lloyd Webber has written this musical, obviously, and he's a musical genius. I pretty much love every show he's done. I've got the cast recordings of every show he's done, all the shows that he's written music for, even some that I haven't seen, like Aspects of Love, for example. I love the songs in that show, or like Love Never Dies Again. That's a bit controversial, I know, but I loved it. But yeah, I was expecting a lot more from this, and I just didn't think it was very good. Again, some of the songs were good, but I don't think that's enough. Especially coming from Angelo Webber, I think when you go and see a show by Angelo Webber, you want to have at least some songs that are amazing, and for me, none of the songs were amazing. Some of them were good, maybe 3 or 4 of them were good, but even those weren't enough for me to be like, oh my god, wow, they were just good, and that was it. But despite everything I've said so far, there were some really good individual performances in the show. I mean, the cast was really good. I don't think the cast are to blame for the show. In fact, I thought the cast were the best thing about the show, actually. I thought Rusty, played by Christopher Harding, was really, really good. He had a brilliant voice, and he had a great stage presence. Pearl, played by Amanda Coops, was another highlight. She was fantastic. I'd already seen her in We'll Rock You before, so I knew that she had an amazing voice, and she really showed off her voice in this show. Obviously, the character of Pearl isn't as big as what she was playing in We'll Rock You, well, I saw her as Scaramouche, but she was understudying Scaramouche, and I saw her when she was an understudy for Scaramouche. But anyway, she was still amazing. Her voice is phenomenal, and I'd love to see her in bigger shows, maybe as Elphaba one day in Wicked or something. She's brilliant. Another highlight was Ruthie Stevens. She played Dinah, and again she was brilliant, great voice, and she actually added a bit of comedy to the show, which was a nice change, because I found the show so boring that, you know, a bit of comedy was nice to have in the show at some point, even though it was very, very minimal. So yeah, that's pretty much my opinion on the show. I mean, I'm not going to say I disliked it, because I didn't dislike it. I just didn't like it very much, and I was expecting it to be a lot better than it actually ended up being, in my opinion. It was quite entertaining. Like I said, the songs were good, the performances were good, the costumes were good, the story was rubbish. The show itself seemed a bit pointless to me. The fact that they were skating for 2.5 hours was amazing, well done to them, but overall it just wasn't my thing. That's not to say you shouldn't go and see it. Somebody once asked me, because, you know, commented on one of my videos saying, why do you never do any negative reviews about shows? I mean, do you ever see a show and not like them? And my answer to that is, yes, of course, there are loads of shows that I see that I don't like or don't enjoy, but I just don't make videos about those, because what's the point in that? The main reason that I do videos is because I want to encourage people to go and see shows that I like, and to just encourage people to go and see more theatre shows in general. If I see a show and I don't like it, I just simply don't make a video about it, because I don't want to be telling people not to go and see shows. I want people to make up their own mind in a way, but I do understand that some people rely on, you know, some people are nice enough to respect my opinion and want to know what I think about shows and decide whether or not they want to see a show based on what I think of it, which is really nice. But I still think you should read a bit more about the show before you make up your mind about whether or not you want to go and see it, and not just rely on me. And my opinion on this show is, I wouldn't go and see it again myself personally, but again, like I said, if you have kids in your family, if you know someone younger, someone who's like below the age of 10, then I'm sure they'd enjoy it. I'm pretty sure they'd love it, because it was exciting. All the kids in the audience loved it. To me, the whole show just seemed like like a jukebox musical in a way, which is weird, I know, because it's obviously not a jukebox musical. The music is completely original by Angelo Bella, but because of the weak plot that it had, I mean, the plot was so weak that it just felt like a typical jukebox musical, which wasn't even a very good jukebox musical, if I may say so. But yeah, again, just make up your own mind. I think some people might, if you like Mamma Mia and shows with very little substance and loads of great choreography and just dance numbers and very weak plots, then you might enjoy this. I don't know. If you like disco music, again, you might enjoy this. If you don't care about plots and stories and stuff, again, you might enjoy this. The performances were great, as I said, and the cast is really good. So if it comes near you, the tour, then do go if you want to go and give it a go. Why not? I mean, like I said, I didn't like it, but who knows, you might enjoy it. I know quite a few people who are the same age as me who actually absolutely love the show, so maybe I'm just weird, maybe I'm just in the minority, I don't know. But yeah, that was Starlight Express, the UK tour. I don't know if it's going to Ireland as well or not, but anyway, I saw it in Liverpool. It was okay. I still enjoyed the evening, I just wouldn't want to see it again. Yeah. That's it. I'm sorry I haven't made many videos about theatre stuff recently. I just haven't seen much. I haven't seen many new shows recently, that's why. But I'm hoping to see a couple of new shows in the next few weeks, so hopefully that there'll be more videos up soon about those shows. On a slightly unrelated note, it was recently announced that Blood Brothers is closing in the West End, which is very sad news. I love that show, and it's closing, I think, in October, which is only 2 months away. So I definitely recommend you going and see Blood Brothers if you can in the next couple of months, because it's a brilliant show and it's had a great run. I mean, I think it's been on for almost 25 years. Sadly, I don't think it's going to make its 25th anniversary, which is really sad. But it's a great show and it's had a great run. So if you get a chance to go see that, then I'd definitely recommend that one. Bye.